Good day and welcome to another segment of The Entrepreneurial Educator. We're here at Sonoma State University's Weill Hall at the Green Music Center, and joining me today is Carrie Rigo of Carrie Rigo Consulting. Carrie specializes in social media training, technology consulting for individuals, businesses, not-for-profits, and government. She is the author of What You Don't Know About Social Media Can Hurt You. Take control of your online reputation. She is a sought-after speaker and has conducted many, many engagements over the course of the last few years. Welcome, Carrie.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
We have a host of educators or folks in the educational world that are part of our audience and part of our class. What pearls of wisdom would you give to them specifically about the utilization of technology, either in the classroom or outside of the classroom?
Well, the number one rule for everybody really is there is no such thing as privacy. The word itself needs to get chucked off the island.
Okay.
Privacy settings are a falsity. So understanding that everything you say is either already public or could be leaked at any moment is a basic understanding that everybody needs to have. And as far as educators are concerned, they're not getting the support they need, plain and simple. So it's up to the educators. I'm a non-traditional educator, but it's up to all of us to get educated, to find a way to make that happen. One of my favorites is to find a reverse mentoring situation. We're the first time in history that we've discovered that our youth know more than the elders. We've just never had that power shift before. Right. So finding somebody that can reverse mentor you is really, really important. If you have questions, somebody that you can talk to that can help guide you through what most people call stupid questions. Right. And I have really discovered there's no such thing. Every time somebody asks me a question, I learn something. So I almost feel bad when they say that because they've just taught me something. So educators have a lot of different resources, generally technology communities within educators. Twitter is a wonderful place to connect with other educators to learn what they're using and what's working. Teachers and educators have really bonded together over this issue because there's just not enough support in traditional school systems. So they have to strike out independently, find that information for themselves. Reverse mentoring is a really strong support point. And reading is another big part of it, and playing. These tools are ultimately very fun to use, and there's a lot of fear involved. So if we can take a deep breath and let go of it, we're not going to break it.
Well, it's funny that you say that, because one of the primary concepts that we're talking about is risk and fear and fear-based thinking. And as I was thinking about your statement about really this reverse mentoring, I kind of think of my own house with my son, who's 18 years old. It's like having an in-house systems help desk right there. So when I start fearing and panicking on my keyboard, all I do is yell, "Hey, Aiden!" And there he is, and he helps me out. So adaptability and agility are other concepts that we're talking about. How do we stay agile? Technology moves so fast. How does a digital immigrant, in comparison to digital natives, stay on top of all this stuff?
Well, there's really no way to stay on top of it.
Okay.
And if you haven't noticed, I noticed this a long time ago, but with social media being a part of my everyday life, I notice it, I'm much more conscious of it. But life never stops changing.
Isn't that the truth?
Social media is just one element of it.
Lifelong learning.
It does move faster than almost everything else. So the best way to stay in touch is really to communicate with people that are more comfortable. Again, reverse mentoring. And this is also very useful for risk management, for safety of individuals, is to communicate with your children, is to communicate with anybody that is younger than you that you feel may understand. And just because they're young doesn't mean they even know what they're talking about. But finding a digital native that doesn't speak down to you is really, really important. I often do this at Christmas time. When I don't cook. So I sit down with the kids, whether they're 18 months old or 15. And I ask the 15-year-old, what do you talk to your friends on? And she tells me. I only get about a minute and a half before she walks away. But the 18-month-old will show me how she uses a computer, and everybody in between. So experiencing it is the most important part. You can talk about driving a car and talk about driving a car. It's not until you get behind the wheel that it all makes sense. So you really need to get in that car and drive. You do need somebody to help you when you're doing it wrong or you have basic questions. But the best way to do it is to pay attention to the general news. Business section in newspapers is always a really good place to know where those big flashpoints are, like WhatsApp. Well, what's WhatsApp? Go take a look.